we're gonna blow your minds.
Or we could be completely wrong.
That too.
Either way, there are going to be huge potential spoilers for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I'm not sure if people want to hear it, because some people want to go into these types of films and be blown away. But we generally like to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Break things and then fix them. And I think in some ways we may have figured out who's in this film. And these leaked casting rumors, I think a lot of them are true. Hey, NarendraTheComic here!
Nonsense!
Yes, so right now we're going to be potentially spoiling Doctor Strange 2. Do not watch this if you want to go into the cinema fresh. If you don't care, you're like us who like to really pinpoint and look into things, then this is a video for you. We could be so wrong with this, but we're willing to be wrong.
Yeah, disclaimer, we don't actually have any real information here.
No.
We're not MCU insiders. There's not going to be a sniper dot that appears on our forehead. It's none of that. There was a leak that was posted online. It sort of blew up the internet of this supposed cast list of Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness. And people online, it's fake. What are these people doing in here?
They're talking rubbish.
No, guys. The thing is, when we both looked at it, we looked at each other and went, I actually see the through line here. And it's so wacky, but because of the nature of the multiverse, it's believable.
I think they've really done a 180 and then gone 180 again. They've done a straight 360 and they're pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. Not us! Not us! Because we see through it. We see through the wool. But I'm telling you, most people are going to be blown away. If we're right, people are going to be shocked.
I'm seeing it. And I think maybe by the end of this video, you guys might see it too.
Maybe. So we'll start off with the basic ones. Doctor Strange is in this film. Benedict Cumberbatch is playing Strange Supreme, Defender Strange, maybe some other Strangers as well. Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch. We all know these things. America Chavez as well. Wong. Mordo. Then there's another Stephen Strange, but it's Peter Hooton. Now, he's the guy who played Doctor Strange all the way back in the 70s or 80s. They're pulling from everywhere.
Why not? It just adds to the experience of the MCU.
What it's essentially doing, and this is the through line with this entire cast list, they are making everything Marvel has ever made under the umbrella MCU canon. They're making all of it, just like Spider-Man did with No Way Home.
Yeah.
They're doing this with Marvel overall. And you'll see this as this list goes on.
And it actually makes sense because you can still write a love letter to everything that's come before that's paving the way for what's to come. And then, of course, there's Rachel Mcadams. She's reprising her role. However, underneath Rachel McAdams, there is another name that I didn't know anything about. Anne-Marie Martin playing Clea Lake.
Now, Clea Lake is essentially Doctor Strange's secondary, some would say primary, but secondary love interest. She's also a sorceress. And after that, this is where it gets crazy, because the next cast member is Matt Murdock. Now, I'm throwing this. It's not Charlie Cox. It's Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is allegedly coming back as Daredevil. Mad!
Why would these big stars not come back?
For one film, for 5 minutes of screen time
maybe
or less. Yeah. The next one is even more bonkers. Hyperion is in this film. Now, if you don't know, Hyperion is essentially Superman of the MCU. So Marvel have apparently gone and got Superman to play Superman. Henry Cavill is in this movie.
Honestly.
Whoa.
It's such a middle finger to DC.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
They've been pushing him about for the last few years with Superman. Is he going to be it? Is he not? Them going in new directions. He's just picked up and said, if you don't want me, I'll go be Superman somewhere else.
I'll go.
The next set of characters are definitely out there. They're characters that everyone loves, but they're not the version of the characters that everyone loves. It's the Fantastic Four from 2005. Jessica Alba, Sue Storm, Reed Richards, and Johnny Storm, aka
Chris Evans!
Chris Evans. This was penned on months ago. I saw this, maybe even a year ago, and I said, I think they're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's believable. They'll do it. And Doctor Strange is going to be like, wait, Cap? Is that you?
And you're just going to have Johnny Storm being an absolute dickhead back to him. Right?
Good stuff.
Oh,
the banter.
Thinking about this, I cannot wait for this film. The anticipation's gone right the way up.
And we've not even hit Crazy Town yet. We've not.
We haven't. This is the big boy.
This is a big boy.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Hugh Jackman, baby! Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. This is expected, but I'm glad that it's there.
Yeah. They could have done all these other things and not included him. If he is in this film, it's going to be the Andrew Garfield No Way Home moment.
Bigger. is Tobey Maguire level, if not even larger.
They're setting themselves up to win here.
Hey, if this is a bad movie, they are f***ed.
And then directly after Wolverine is some of the other previous X-Men cast.
Patrick Stewart, James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence, January Jones, Nicholas Hoult, Halle Berry. And then they've got some animated voice actors from the 90s X-Men cartoon reprising their roles. That is nuts!
This is really what intrigued me.
Yeah.
Probably the most out of this list. Because...
No, not the most.
Well, no. Because they didn't need to include the animated. Yeah. There's also Rowan Blanchard, who's coming on as X-23. She's an ex-Disney girl.
Then they've recast from the girl who played X-23 in Logan.
Yeah.
See, that's a weird one. Why wouldn't you have kept her then?
Maybe they realised that that wasn't the way they wanted to go with it. Maybe they just wanted someone with more star power. She's got a lot of followers on Instagram.
I never heard of her.
This film is a good way to be a litmus test for...
which characters stick, which ones don't, which ones can they bring back in the future. Yeah, it's true. And then we've got two Quicksilvers, Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Evan Peters. Two good actors. I like them a lot. But to see them both maybe in the same scene?
It's kind of like what we wanted from WandaVision when we saw Evan Peters and it was like, wait, what?
On top of that, they've got Vision as well. Paul Bettany's in this film. I'm thinking it's White Vision. They just haven't labeled it White Vision because now White Vision is going to be deemed as regular Vision.
Yeah.
Or it could be a Vision from another timeline and it's not White Vision.
Oh.
Yeah.
That poses questions for what's going to happen with the story. And then we have Catherine Hahn coming back as Agatha Harkness. We see it. Underneath Catherine Hahn, there is Monica Rambeau / Captain Marvel.
Yep, so in another universe, she's Captain Marvel, she's taken on the title, and there's no Brie Larson in that world. Oh, what a world.
What a world.
No, I'm joking. I'm not joking, but I'm joking.
Underneath Jimmy Woo, this is where the intrigue really begins.
Indy, I've just figured it out. I've just added something to it.
What is it?
Go. Okay. I've just added to it. This is a last minute addition.
Okay.
This was created in the last 6 months or 8 months and I've added it to this movie. I've just fixed it.
Okay. So what we thought yesterday when we saw this is that the next title is actually Ben Stiller as Lawrence Larry Daly. We had to look up this Lawrence Larry Daly because we couldn't remember. It's the guy from The Night in the Museum. And I thought, wait a minute. You know, in The Night in the Museum, the main premise is that there's this old Egyptian tablet that can animate things, and that's what brings the museum to life. And I said, well, with Moon Knight coming out, all we need to see is just a tiny snippet of this tablet in the background. Bam, MCU canon.
Yep.
And Lawrence Larry Daly can be part of the MCU.
It's owned by Disney now. It was owned by Fox before, now Disney owns Fox. A lot of things just hit my head. One, it's obviously a museum. Moon Knight is set in a museum.
Yeah.
So, he's at the British History Museum. Larry Daly is in the New York Museum, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But the thing which just whacked my head was just before Larry Daly was Jimmy Woo. And after Jimmy Woo and Larry Daly is Kat Dennings. Now, if you remember...
the Kat Dennings and Jimmy Woo show.
There was a big viral tweet that went round as WandaVision was going on saying... I think a great idea for a show would be a Jimmy Woo, Kat Dennings show where they're off in the MCU finding artifacts, encountering aliens, a bit like an X-Files of the MCU.
That
fits.
That fits perfectly.
If they're going to the museum in New York to go and look at this tablet.
Yep.
And now Night at the Museum is part of the MCU. That's it.
Boys.
That's it.
Look, it's not going to be anything else. Let's not pretend. That's what it's going to be. This one, I'm so sure that's the way it's going to happen.
If he's in this film, Ben Stiller, that is it.
That is it.
We've just done it. That's it, 100%.
Look, I already thought this video might be taken down.
Disney is going to come strike this video. If it's struck, it's true. If it's struck, I will email this video to every big news outlet I know saying, I know we're correct if Disney strike it. Disney, please don't strike us.
Please don't strike it.
All right? We just love the shit. We love the product. And... we're just trying to be involved, all right?
Immediately after this Larry Daly shenanigans, there's something else that everybody was like,
this is fake. Just because of this. The Larry Daly was level 1. Yeah. People saying, this is unbelievable. Yeah. This one was, this is stupid. But
Billy and Tommy Maximoff. Yeah. Wonder's kids, we saw them before. And underneath them is Debbie Ryan as Jessie Prescott from Hey Jessie on Disney Channel. And everyone went... stop it. Why is there another Disney Channel kid?
This is nonsense.
But Bay and I had the same thought here, which was...
Jessie is actually gonna be the kid's nanny, because in the show, Jessie, she's a nanny for a rich family.
Yeah.
So these kids are gonna watch the show and say, I want that nanny, and they're gonna make the nanny appear because she's also a ginger, looks like the mum, and they're gonna say, I want that. And they're gonna get her. Or they're gonna be in the show.
Billy and Tommy being taken care of by Jessie in this universe.
Yeah.
And because the kids are magical, they can make it happen. And people are gonna say you're mad, but guys,
we're right.
I think she's gonna be in this film, and I think this is the way it's going to happen.
This is crazy.
People are gonna say we're nuts.
And that's fine, but I think there's a chance we're correct.
Gwen Stacy being played by Sabrina Carpenter, who's a pop singer and an actress now.
Don't really know much about these things, to be honest.
And Dove Cameron, who's Spider-Gwen.
Right. And then there's a multitude of Spider-Men. We've got Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is the stuff! This is the stuff! If you don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio was originally gonna be cast in Spider-Man in 2002. It didn't happen. Tobey Maguire was cast, but Leo coming and playing Spider-Man, the role he was gonna play 20 years ago.
Can't believe
And
it.
apparently he's gonna be playing an evil Spider-Man as well.
That's even cooler.
If that's not enough, all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's also Tom Cruise playing Iron Man. He was also additionally supposed to be cast as Iron Man before RDJ. And there's some other rumours about the Tom Cruise casting, which is saying Tom Cruise Iron Man is a bit nutty in his universe. This version of Tony is a little insane. Not only does he claim to be a prophet, but he actually has 3 of the stones.
Oh, shit.
The way he is introduced mirrors the Green Goblin scene in Spider-Man 1, with Tom Cruise talking to the decapitated Thanos of his universe. This is crazy. Crazy!
But I see it.
This one also came out, and I'm not sure if I believe this, but it could be real. And that's that. Another big spoiler, which is being kept super under wrap, is there's a chance RDJ is coming back. He might be there to play an alternate version of Tony. Doctor Strange is able to make peace with this variant of Tony, as they both understand what had to happen in Endgame. The opposite happened in that Tony's universe, and Doctor Strange was the one who sacrificed himself.
Well, you did say it was going to be either Iron Man or Doctor Strange who had to make the final play. It couldn't be anyone else.
In Endgame.
You said that all the way back then.
This just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Now, the questions that might come up with this type of casting list is that there's no Ghost Rider. Why wouldn't you include Ghost Rider? And I think the main reason for that is he's not that big a character outside of the comic fans. He's a big character, but he's not A-list, he's not B-list in the public zeitgeist. And if they want to introduce him in the MCU, maybe they don't want to introduce him backdoor in this film, because all these other variants of these X-Men, Fantastic Four, they are probably never going to be seen again now. This is hi, goodbye, you're never going to be in another film. And they're going to recast for the MCU. But with Ghost Rider, they might look at it and say the films weren't that successful, they weren't that loved. I mean, Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage, but they weren't that great that you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
The other one is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I think it's for the same reason. They don't want to introduce him in this because they want to use him in other things, and they think it might be a waste to have him in this movie.
We also forgot, there are 3 more people on this list. 2 Hulks, one of whom is Edward Norton, and the other one is Lou Ferrigno.
But he is the OG Hulk. TV Hulk. Hulk smash. He's the big guy.
Final person on this list is Blade.
Mahershala Ali, great actor. We haven't seen the Eternals yet, but I do know that he is in the Eternals.
Oh, really?
I don't know how long it is, but he's definitely in the film. So this one, not so much a surprise, but I think it leads me to go down the same line of thought, which is the MCU is going darker. They're introducing these darker characters, and with Blade, with Moon Knight, with Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider potentially, Deadpool, Logan, there's a chance we get offshoot teams like the Midnight Suns. R-rated, maybe PG-13, depending on the film, but definitely heavier hitting, harder, and stuff that people really, really want. So that's the whole cast list here. Our minds were blown reading it for the first time, and as we were going through it, the fireworks were going off.
The connections were being made. I think when this came out, people were just batting it away. They didn't like give it the thought, but it doesn't take much to actually see it.
And you might not. You might think we're talking out of shit, and that's absolutely fine. But if we come to be right, and we are correct, I'm lording this over everyone.
Yeah.
No one really gives a shit, but I'm telling you, all right, story-wise, it's creative, it's making something out of nothing, and the MCU goes from a $25 billion franchise to a $35 billion franchise overnight. All the Spider-Man films, part of the MCU.
Yeah.
All the X-Men films, part of the MCU. The Fantastic Four. And on top of that, you've also got the Night in the Museum films, which were a huge success. Don't get it twisted. Those films had cultural staying power as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there if you didn't. Doctor Strange himself gonna come after you. You don't want that, do they? Want that?
No.
You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been on Sensei.
She's been on Sensei. You've been Grant. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow if you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content. So hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the podcast means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring that. Bring a lot, bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.